Welcome to People's Guide to the Cthulhu Mythos. I am your host and producer, D.B. Spitzer. Each week we descend into the strange, exploring cosmic horror, weird fiction, and the cult classic films that refuse to die. So settle in and let the madness begin.
Greetings, listeners. It is I, D.B. Spitzer. There's another funny voice for you. Hope you're all doing...
I like the funny voice.
Me too. Happy Halloween, everyone. We hope you're having a good Halloween, and we have no idea what the world's like right now because we recorded this in early September, so you know more of what the world's like than we do.
You're in the future.
We are hanging out. It's the Pacific Northwest. It is that time of year when stuff gets spookily dookily. And we are going to be talking about some stuff that's not necessarily terribly spookily dookly, but is spooky nonetheless.
It's a little scary.
Yeah. Today we will be talking about the Seven Geases by Clark Ashton Smith, one of my favorite weird fiction stories. Probably my favorite Hyperborean story by Clark Ashton Smith. And then we will be talking about my favorite anime of all time, Akira, 1988, the film that destroyed anime and made it so that no one could make anything as awesome as ever again. But first...
There's some arguments on that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. How are you all doing this week?
I don't even know.
Well, okay, all right.
Yes, but I did get some days off. Cool. Yeah, I did get some days off work, and I really did have a good time. And we missed the Akira at Rose City Comic Con.
Yeah, we were at Rose City Comic Con. Yeah, we were at Rose City Comic Con last weekend. Gretchen Brooks, former co-host of the podcast, was part of our panel where we talked about horror tropes. And we had a really good crowd, and we had a lot of really good feedback, and a lot of cool people said a lot of cool stuff, and we had a really good time. Oh, I had a really good time. It seemed like everyone else was having a good time, too. Yeah, and we missed you a whole bunch, so.
Yes, we did.
But we kind of, we didn't have your notes or anything, but we kind of covered some of the stuff that you talked about since you weren't there.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the audience covered a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm taking some of my notes that I didn't get to use and making that into a centerpiece. And
I have to say, if anyone in the audience is listening, what a great group of smart, attractive people. and Rose City Comic Con didn't. Last week I was a bit salty about conventions in general, and I'm not taking that part out. I will put it in an editor's note, which I hope editors note right now to remind me.
Editor's note, you did totally put it in the other episode. Way to go, DB. You did that thing that you said you were going to do. And also, I hope everyone's enjoying the clearer, crisper sounds of the show, which we're trying to put out more. And also, we brought back the audiobook parts, since that's what people have really been checking out lately. Back to the show.
We did have water. Dave's niece had to go and get it for us, but we did get water from the convention center. And we had microphones that worked, and a slideshow that worked. And
wow!
Yeah, and
an audience that actually participated.
Yeah, I know, it was
you got
crazy.
all the things.
Yeah.
A fairly large one, I would say 150 to 200 people.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought it was more. It's like. At first I was like, oh, it's only like 50 people. And then I started counting. It's like, well, if that's 10 people, oh, wow, we probably have somewhere around 150, 200 people. That's pretty cool. But yeah, no. So Rose City Comic Con is coming back. Better numbers than I've seen in the past. And yeah, it's getting closer to pre-COVID numbers. And so guess what?
And I had something happen.
What's that?
So I walk out, and somebody goes, "Is there a pop culture expert who likes to argue in the house?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yes, there is." And I ended up going on the pointless argument panel.
That's fun. That's fun.
Which was actually a lot of fun.
Very cool. Very cool.
What was your arguments?
Oh, so they threw up. One was what cartoon would you like to get a modern gritty retelling of? And I said Betty Boop.
Yes, yes.
Enough that I spent part of the next morning seeing if she was in public domain.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Way too complicated to address. But one was if Portland gets rid of the size requirements for emotional support animals, what kaiju would you like?
Oh.
And my side picked Mothra.
Oh, nice.
Because if you're feeling bad, it will literally lift you up.
I have answers for both of those. Even though I was not on the panel, my answer for Gritty Reboot would be Mighty Mouse. Like, you know.
Okay.
I'm Mighty Mouse. Yeah, Mighty Mouse. You know, go for like I don't know, like how they did the Batman reboots with dark gritty Batman, and dark gritty Joker. What about a dark gritty Mighty Mouse? And kaiju would be Gamera. Yeah, because Gamera is the best kaiju in my opinion. But yeah, no, it was a good weekend. So Rose City Comic Con really step it up, really being what it was before the pandemic. And I have to say, so that just means that Fan Expo needs to get their stuff in order. Because Fan Expo is notorious for having bad panels or having bad panels for us. I mean, we've had good panels there, just haven't had microphones that worked and or water or
we
signage.
Love you.
No, it's a money grab. Rose City Comic Con.
I love you. Homie.
Rose City Comic Con feels like a real comic book convention again. Fan Expo still feels like a money grab. I'm not even going to tell you what they charge vendors for parking. So $75 a weekend. Yay. To park in a parking lot where your car will possibly get broken into. And anyway, I'm probably going to edit that little part out, but hey, I don't want to give anyone any ideas. Yes, I don't think, let's see, this weekend I will be going to a UFO convention in...
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to remember where it's at. It's Chehalis, I think. So, yeah, I might have fun stories about that next week.
Hopefully stories that include UFOs.
Yeah.
I was going to say, will they discuss the thing that's like coming for us in like a week or something?
I hope so. I have a feeling there'll be some speaking of that. This week we are talking about Mount Vormith Address and the inhabitants of it. And Mount Vormith Address is one of those Clark Ashton Smith jokes where it's where do the Vormi live? Mount Vormith Address. It's so dumb. It's such a dumb joke. But it's fun. I love it. And it's one of those Clark Ashton Smith jokes. And we're going to be talking about Ralabar Vuz, the Cimmerian, which we've spoken of Cimmeria before. It's where a particular one-handed thief lost his hand, and also there's some stories about how it got to be that way, with Athmas the headsman talking about how a half Saturnian monstrosity who is a direct descendant of Azathoth wrecked the place, got chopped up, got put into a big copper vessel, got cooked, burst out of the copper vessel, and then became the thing like 100 years later that ripped the hand off of our rogue friend whose name escapes me at this moment. But, the guy who stole the...
Not Softer Ventus, his friend, right?
Yeah, no. The guy who stole the 39 girdles and... we are talking about the Seven Geases, which is a story written by Clark Ashton Smith, part of the Hyperborean cycle, first appeared in Weird Fiction, October 1934, I believe.
Weird Tales.
What did I say? Weird Fiction. That's what I said. Weird Tales.
It is Weird Fiction.
It is Weird Fiction, but it was in the story Weird.
And if you're playing the drinking game where David is that guy, take a drink.
Yes. But we've got all kinds of checks. Zatampra Zeros is the name of the rogue. Yes. We have all kinds of callbacks and call forwards to other Clark Ashton Smith stories. We've got Ubo Sathla, we've got Sathagwa, we've got Hawandor, we have no Zatampra Zeros, but the creature, I'm trying to remember his name, the Testament of Athamas, which relates to Kagathan Zahalm, the half Vormi, half Azathothean strained humanoid that ruined Comorium. Anyway, we're I'm getting deep into
and don't forget Atlatnacha.
Atlatnacha. Yes. One of my favorite Smithian deities of all time, the spider goddess or spider god. I don't really know if Atlatnacha has gender, but anyway, does anyone want to start us off, since I've just pretty much filled in the backstory?
Other than absolutely, I think from a writing style, and Smith was an excellent writer. He was a poet. That's great.
Oh yeah.
But absolutely, when he was writing this, he was chuckling.
Oh
yeah. This was his sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of theories how Smith may have fit in the neurodiversity, but he was that guy who always had that weird sense of humor, said bizarre things, but had a good heart.
Yeah.
He was that friend from high school.
Yeah.
And we bring it up quite often, but he did not have electricity in his home until he decided he was going to get married, and he wasn't going to make his wife sit in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, of the three, of Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard, he was the only one that had what we would consider probably a healthy relationship. It was later in his life, and to best of my knowledge, they all only had one real relationship in their life. His is the one that seemed happy.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole relationship.
Sure. Yeah. Clark Ashton Smith, one thing I recall, I can't remember if it was Lovecraft or Howard or one of the other folk, Ciabetti or someone like that, but warning him to take all of his manuscripts and take them someplace that wasn't on fire all the time, because his section of California was prone to wildfires.
He lived in Auburn, for those people who are wondering.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I was like, I don't know. It's like, is that Steinbeck country? I can't remember, but I'm terrible with California.
It's all vaguely in the Bay Area.
Okay.
So the person who thinks that everything above Santa Barbara is Northern California.
Yeah. I was gonna say you're from Southern California. Yeah. All right. So Aunt Gore, any thoughts or feelings on this story before we start really getting into it?
I like how the main character is like just kind of an idiot.
Okay.
He's not really good at anything, but
yeah, all right. Well, in his defense, he did get a spell cast on him to make him kind of dumb. But yeah, no, it's a fun travelogue of the Eglothian Mountains, I believe.
I think you pronounced it correctly.
But we mostly focus on Mount Vormithidreth, a extinct or dormant volcano that is home to the Vormi, which, if we recall, are the orange-haired, they're orange-furred. Oh goodness, what would you even call them?
Sasquatches.
Yeah, Sasquatches. But no. In my brain canon, in my Lovecraftian scientist mind, it's like, oh yeah, no, these are Neanderthals. They just didn't know it. They weren't named that. We named them Neanderthals. They called themselves the Vormi. But yeah, no, I think they were meant to be something even more hideous or primitive than Neanderthals. But yeah, they lived there, but also a wizard lived there, or sorcerer lived there, and our protagonist, Ralabar Vuz, comes into his dwelling, and the wizard's like, wait a minute, how did you get in here, you and your 26 men? I have so many illusions set up that, you ruined everything. You ruined my incantation. Oh man. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put a spell on you that makes it so you have to go feed yourself to a monster, and I'm gonna send my dinosaur bird with you to make sure that it happens. First monster, nope. Second monster, no, go to these guys. Those guys, go to these guys. Those guys, go to that thing. This thing, you're disgusting, get out of here. The other thing, you're not me, get out of here. And then, spoiler alert, then he has a big fall. And it's over. Yes. But it's this fun travelogue of Mount Vormithidreth and everything that lies beneath. So it's, I don't know, kind of a fun story. Feels like a Dungeons and Dragons adventure gone wrong, but yeah.
and I'm going to say Dungeons and Dragons feels a lot like this story.
Oh yeah.
Because Gary Gygax et al. Loved Clark Ashton Smith.
Oh yeah. I think we discussed that when we were talking about The Door to Saturn recently. But yeah, no, these guys.
And in fact, TSR did an official D&D module based on the works of Smith, and that is the Chateau d'Amber or the Castle of Amber.
Oh.
Which is the only official D&D adventure based on a Smith story.
Oh, was that the one that they wrote and then they what do you call it? Recalled and then rewrote?
No, that was a different one with the dirty picture in it.
Oh.
It's the gold one with the picture of the giant ripping off the top of the castle.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I am familiar with that one or not. I'd have to see the cover and be like, oh, yeah, I know that.
Goodman Games just like 5 years ago, republished it with both the original and then, for whatever it was at the time, 3 or 5. But they also included quite a section of biography and history of Clark Ashton Smith.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. What I want to say is this is a cool little story that branches together a little bit of Robert E. Howard, if I'm not mistaken, with Serpent People, and branches a little bit of H.P. Lovecraft with Tsathoggua, which, I don't know, I can never, H.P. Lovecraft used Tsathoggua, but this is the first story that Tsathoggua was used, but it came out after the story that H.P. Lovecraft used Tsathoggua in. that I can't remember. The Mound? I can't, yeah.
I think it was. Let me go ahead and I'll double check that.
Okay. All right. But yeah. This is one of those stories that I feel like has enough detail and has enough weird little bits and pieces that it goes on to influence so many different things, whether it be Dungeons and Dragons, whether it be Conan the Barbarian type stuff. I mean, it's one of those kinds of stories that, and I may be wrong on Conan even. It's like, oh, that stuff probably came out.
Yeah, it was Whisper in the Darkness.
Whisper in the Darkness. All right. But yeah.
But it was used too in the Mound. So.
Okay. All right. But yeah, no. I mean, Serpent People. I can't remember when Serpent People were used and when Robert E. Howard passed away. But yeah, it's one of those fun ones.
And Lovecraft tried for the medieval feel with his dream cycle, and there's some stories like, Cats of Ulthar or the Doom that came to Sarnath that are excellent. And Howard, of course, he's considered the master of, sword and sandals.
Sure.
But in this bizarre way that I am not doing decent representation, or English is failing me. Smith lived it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It almost seems like, absolutely, despite the fact that he lived in a house with no electricity for a long period of life, he lived in the, modern for his time, but his heart was definitely there, the way I get when I read his writing.
Sure. Yeah, no. I feel like there were places that people's hearts definitely were, like Lovecraft wanted to be a 17th century English gentleman, and was horrified to find out about his lineage, that his family was actually Welsh. Which seems like kind of like very Lovecraftian. It's like, oh, we have a secret. We have a secret we dare not tell of our lineage that is so dark and unspeakable. We are not really English gentry, not 100%. There is the taint of the Welsh. And, Robert E. Howard is all kinds of like all over the place. It's like, if it's a big guy who swings something or can punch something, those are my guys. So, and Clark Ashton Smith writes these travel logs and these stories about like guys getting up to no good and exploring stuff and checking things out, and very kind of like, I don't know, I want to say like Dunsany meets Baudelaire kind of fun stuff. And and they all have kind of the influence of Arabian Nights, something they all read. And if you take a lot of those kinds of stories and concepts and other things that were out there in the public at the time, you get those guys based off of the kinds of things that they liked and the order, and it's like they each had their own like deck that they could go to, their backpack full of ideas, and each of them had just different things in their backpack or deck or whatever whatever analogy you want to use. But yeah,
definitely. And again, and by the way, the module that I was thinking of is the Castle Amber.
Okay.
And it was originally X2. It was the second one, or if people as old as me remember that pink purplish box.
Oh yeah,
It came after the blue box.
Sure.
It was the second one for that, and then it's been updated by Goodman Games.
Okay.
But if the three were D&D characters, Lovecraft would be the wizard. Absolutely, Howard would be the fighter or the barbarian, but Smith was a rogue, and he loves his guile hero.
Oh yeah.
And Robert E. Howard, Conan's a guile hero and a muscle hero at the same time. But yeah, Smith loved his guile heroes,
Mm-hmm.
and in the same way, he has his guile gods.
Yeah.
They're kind of sneaky, where Howards and Smiths are more, with the exception maybe in Narlathotep,
Mm-hmm.
are in your face.
Yeah. No. Fun stuff. It's really fun stuff. But yeah, no, this is, I feel like it's kind of a travelogue of the Hyperborean cycle. He didn't write something like Robert E. Howard would write, which is like, this is the Hyperborean, the land of Hyboria, and just like how H.P. Lovecraft would be like, this is the history of the Necronomicon. Smith is more likely to be like, okay, so there's this guy, and this is what happens to him. But he's going to go everywhere, and you're going to meet everyone, and they're going to talk about stuff, and it's all going to make sense. And then when you read other stories, you'll go, oh, wait a minute, wasn't that thing that happened in that other thing?
and that's, I think, an excellent point, is that Howard wrote the setting, and then created the character in the story.
Yeah.
Smith created the character and the story, and in doing that, created the setting.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Where Howard kind of worked backwards.
Sure. Yeah. I agree. But yeah. I kind of feel like I could talk about this forever, but I also want to talk about Akira, which I feel like I could talk about forever. So does anyone have anything fun to say about the Seven Geases before we move on?
No, because I totally lost my notes.
Okay.
No, although I would say I would like to see this done in a visual form, but I almost think it would, even with CGI now, it would almost have to be animation.
Yeah, no, I definitely think this would have to be animated or puppets.
That would be really interesting.
I'd like to see it as like marionettes, like trying to remember what it was called, like what Thunderbirds was made in. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. I know Dave knows what I'm talking about when I say Thunderbirds, as in Thunderbirds are go.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. But yeah, that kind of style of marionette.
The Andersons are...
Yeah. And if people are like...
Team America.
Yeah, I was going to say, if people still don't know what I'm talking about, Team America World Police was done in that style. But yeah, all right. Well, on that note, we are going to move into the second half of the show. Enjoy the advertisements, and we'll be back in a moment.
That vintage tone that you can't forget. It's probably on reverb.com and still humming with history and memory. Reverb, where the past still plays. Find out more. Check out the show notes. Reverb.com. Back to the show.
Yep, we are back, and we are going to be talking...
I never enjoyed advertisements as much as I enjoyed those advertisements.
Aren't they the best?
In fact, audience, go back, listen to them again, like dessert.
Yeah.
It's a Halloween treat.
Yeah.
Really.
It is.
So yeah, we are talking about one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, this for me is right up there with Dune. And I know people are like, stop talking about Dune. and I'm talking about Alan Smithy's Dune, so just so people know. But yeah, no, this is one of those movies that I could watch this, and I have watched this so many times. I had a bootleg tape of this. I saw this in the theaters at Cinema 21 in Portland. I was really into anime back when you had to like really search for it. It wasn't even something that you could find at video stores a lot of the time, and if you could, it was like generally it was, I'm trying to remember if Ninja Scrolls was even out yet, but it was like you'd see anime on TV and be like, what is this? Is this Heavy Metal, the movie Heavy Metal? It's like, no, that's a different animation style. It's just like it looked different, and like people would be like, oh, it's like that one thing from MTV where the robot turns into the MTV logo, and it's like you had like little bits and pieces, little tastes of like anime and Japanese animation in general. Oh yeah, back when we called it Japanimation. You know, Toei Studios did stuff here and there, and you'd be like, oh, this is really cool. And it really wasn't as prevalent as it is, like nearly as prevalent as it was today. And it's like you would see things every once in a while and be like, oh wow, that's really cool. I love this style. It's so different.
So my generation, we grew up on one anime, Speed Racing. Mm-hmm. And that was, there maybe was some on like Saturdays or something.
Yeah.
After a football game. But yeah, I basically grew up, there was one easily accessed anime.
Yeah, and if you went to the Christian channels on Sunday, there was Superbook, which was an anime about the Bible. And I watched that as a kid just because the fact that it was anime. And I was like, I like the style. It's like, oh yeah, I know this story, yeah. Oh,
this was my very first introduction to anime, because it was one of our visits. Like, my family went to visit Audra's family because they were friends, and it was one of those visits before we started dating. They introduced me to Akira.
Nice, very
and I was
cool.
like, ooh.
Very fun. Yeah, no, I mean, when I had it on tape, I would show it to everyone. I'd be like, you got to see this. This is amazing. This is this thing. And everyone would be like, I don't get it. I didn't get it. And I didn't get it for years. It's like I had to watch it so many times to start being like, okay, that's what this is and that's what this is. But probably the last 20 minutes of Akira is incomprehensible if you just... It's hard to explain. It's like, wait a minute, is he dreaming this? How is he able to like see his childhood and the children's childhood? And it's like and the manga and the anime finished at different times, so they don't fit together. Akira is based off of a manga.
Which we should point out is 2,000 friggin' pages.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, it is a massive series, and it is it's set in 2019 in the future. The manga started in 1982, and you know it's like I think like Tokyo gets destroyed in like 1988 in the manga and in the anime, which is funny because it came out in 1988. And from the wreckage... go for it.
No, so Tokyo is destroyed on the day that the manga was scheduled to be released.
Oh, okay.
And the day that the movie was scheduled to be released in Tokyo.
Okay. So, yeah. And something happens which destroys Tokyo, and this is set in the rebuilt metropolis of Neo-Tokyo. Follows the exploits of a bike gang known as the Capsules. I think I was like 13, 14 when I first saw this. And yeah, there was stuff I didn't get until I was probably like 18. There's stuff I didn't get until I was in my 20s. It's the kind of movie that it's like, as I grew and learned more about the world and learned more about history, I got what things were going for, and I got some symbolism that I didn't get before, and juxtaposition. Like, there's a scene where someone's being chased by military dogs, and then there's also an ad on a television for dogs running to eat dog food, and it's just like, wait, what? Huh? And just like the language that people use and the music and everything about this, the color, the layout, the action, how everyone interacts with each other. It's just very complex, and I don't know. I think this movie deserves about at least 20 rewatches.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely agree. And one thing, too, is I think at points it has up to 24 sketches per second or something. Its frame rate is just
I have
amazing.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it said that it was like 2 to 3 times more like single pictures and shots than like any other animation.
And it like a lot of people were not sure how to be able to beat this. Like it had a what was it? Let me see, a
$10 million budget.
Its budget was insane, and it's not like anyone else could do anything close to this until computers were starting to be used in animation. And
despite that, though, it didn't do that well in Japan.
No.
It broke even. It just about broke even.
Yeah.
I read that he was like really surprised that it was like popular in America, because that was not like his plan at all.
Yeah.
You know who else was really surprised?
Whom?
George Lucas and Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Who both loved it, but they didn't think there would be an American audience for it.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's a beautiful, beautiful film. Like, it is ugly. I mean, like, emotionally, it's ugly in parts, and like just kind of like not great people doing not great stuff to each other for not good reasons. But
they're anti-heroes.
Yeah, anti-heroes.
Absolutely anti-heroes.
For sure. And I don't know if we've mentioned this or not, but this is one of those films that defines cyberpunk as we know it. It's like cyberpunk.
Absolutely.
Cyberpunk starts coming into the public consciousness. I'm going to say in the late 70s, early 80s, and really between Blade Runner and Akira really starts to develop its personality and its look. And by the time we get to, I don't know, I still think cyberpunk is still kind of like defining what it is, but this is one of those major steps that makes you go, oh yeah, the future is dark and it sucks.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned Blade Runner, because like when I was looking this up and stuff, it was like, oh yeah, it's set in the same year.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
Yeah, and you know, in my head canon, it's the same world almost. It's just like on the other side of the world, but yeah.
Absolutely. And most people know that, you know, listen, the next to cosmic horror, cyberpunk is, of course, my favorite genre.
Same. And
in my list of 10 most important cyberpunk events, I don't remember where it's on the list. I have to dig it out again. But that Robert Ebert reviewing this for the American audience is one of those lists. And that gave anime a legitimacy that it had not seen before, because the movie critic was not only talking about it, he was saying positive things.
Yeah.
And I think it opened the floodgate for the rest of anime.
Yeah. And this is one of those films that has been released and redubbed and re-edited, not visually, but the audio has been redone in multiple languages. And I grew up with the 1989 English dub, which has a lot of kind of people talking like this. Kaneda, Tetsuo, let's go, guys. It's like very kind of Ninja Turtles kind of voice.
I think that's the version I first watched.
And then it's like, I remember people being like, I don't like the new dub. His name's Kaneda, not Kaneda. It's like, no, that's how the name would be pronounced in Japan. So, you know, pick your battles, whichever dub you grew up with, you know, that's probably going to be your favorite. And you know, I'm more subs than dubs these days, so I like the OG audio track now more than anything. So that's me. I'm a snob.
Interesting fact about the audio, they recorded all of the voice acting before they animated anything.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
They also did the music before they ever, like, the musicians even got to, like, see a single scene of the movie.
That's awesome. I love the soundtrack for this movie. I was in a record store in Portland in probably about like 95, 96, and people can be like, that didn't even come out until whenever. Well, whenever the soundtrack came out, someone was playing it. Someone who worked at the record store was playing it over, and I went, that's the Akira soundtrack. I need to buy that right now. And the dude was like, oh, it's my own personal copy. And I'm like, oh, you guys don't sell it here? And I'm like, I've got $20 that says you do. This is when CDs went for about $12, $15.
Yeah.
The guy was like, okay. And he put it into the its case, and it had the little slip liner notes and everything. And yeah, and I have played that until I don't know, I lost it, but yeah. It's one of my favorite soundtracks. I've bought that soundtrack on multiple mediums over the last 20 years quite a few times. But yeah, no, the original soundtrack by Gaino Yamashimaguri. No, let me try that again. Gaino Yamashirogumi. So, yeah, no, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite soundtracks for any movie that yeah. Anyway, as I said, I can talk about this movie and all the different things. There's a really, really, really cool electronica remix by Buana called Capsule's Pride, and it's a bunch of samples from the Akira soundtrack with other hip-hop and electronic tracks mixed into it. That's probably... I really like that one a lot. If you can track it down. The live-action film, this is something that people have been talking about since 2002. And I am so glad it has not been made. It hasn't even been... Yeah, no, I never...
I read that they even thought about it in the 90s, but, like, the budget was going to be, like, way too high, so they just completely scrapped it,
Yeah, they thought about it and went, no. But yeah, this is one of those films that, like, as a result of this movie, I'm pretty sure it's why the Hollywood and Blockbuster had the stickers that said, not for children.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, let's see. Besides the cultural influences on Akira has had, it's like so many different things. One thing I definitely want to talk about, and is probably one of the most iconic scenes in the movie, involves a motorcycle sliding, aka the Akira slide.
Yes, I want to invent a techno country dance called the Akira slide.
But yeah, I think if anything involves animation, it makes reference to the Akira slide, which is just if
not even animation now, it's a Nope. There's a scene when she's on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Nope, it's the Akira slide.
But if anything's ever animated nowadays, they have to figure out some way to put in an Akira slide just to like pay homage to Akira. It's one of those things. It's like, even if you don't know about Akira, you know about Akira in some way. Whether it be like Tetsuo the Iron Man, Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell. Like, I'm trying to think of all the things that have like somehow referenced Akira, and it's just crazy. Like, Michael Jackson used a chunk of Akira in his video Scream in '95. Like it ends up in so many different things. Like Cyberpunk 2077, there's a bike that looks a lot like Kanada's bike. That is the first bike I always try and get as soon as you can, like, get a Yeah. And if it's, if it's not the bike, if it's not the Akira slide, it's Tetsuo and his arm. It's it's all kinds of things. Laughing about the 2020 Summer Olympics happening in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Like there's all kinds of stuff, which it's one of these cult films that has such branching tendrils. There's concepts and just things that happen in it that you just see in all kinds of stuff, whether it be like orbital lasers used to shoot someone.
Yeah.
I feel like I can go on and on and on whenever I'm watching something and there's something that's, it's like, oh, that's from Akira. But it's probably one of the most influential science fiction films ever. Ever. Like Blade Runner, Akira, it's like maybe Star Wars.
Star Wars. I would say 2001.
2001.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like Akira has more influence on pop culture than Star Wars does, to an extent. I mean, when Star Wars is referenced in pop culture, it's pretty blatant. But people are pretty subtle when it comes to it's like you can just do a little subtle thing and it's like a nod to Akira, just like you can do a little subtle thing and it's a nod to Blade Runner or 2001, A Space Odyssey. But it's seriously, I feel like I could talk about this forever, but it's just I'd just be going into do you remember that scene in Akira when Tetsuo was going through the hospital and he blew up all those people? Yeah, that was cool. Do you remember when when there's that cult and they think that Tetsuo is Akira and it's and the ashes are going everywhere and there's fire and they're writing Akira with a giant brush. Oh, that seems awesome. And there's the clowns, the gang that is like the Capsule's rivals, and just their look, and I had an action, I wouldn't say an action figure, it's more like a posable statuary of the clown's leader. It's more from the manga than from the anime, but I think I still have it somewhere. He has
much more of an arc. In fact, he kind of becomes a hero at the end.
Yeah. And this is an amazing movie, and if you haven't seen Akira,
go watch it now.
Go watch it. Yeah. It's like I don't know. There's so many things, so many movies that would have the future's going to be cool. It's just going to be brightly colored, and everyone's going to not have to work, and we'll explore the stars, and this is more that's not going to happen. You're probably going to die in a city. We're probably going to die of some sort of nuclear holocaust. It's not a shiny future. It's going to be more like Blade Runner. It's going to be more like Mad Max. It's going to be more like A Boy and His Dog. It's not going to be Star Trek. It's it's going to be like the really, really, really bad parts of Star Wars. The really, really messed up parts.
It's the dystopia.
Yeah. No, definitely a dystopia. But I need to stop talking.
So one thing is, and this isn't the People's Guide to Cyberpunk. That said, one of the there's differences between Western and Japanese cyberpunk.
Yeah.
As if it had been written in America, it wouldn't have been the government in charge. It would have been a corporation.
Yeah.
And that's one of the huge differences, is that evil corporations appear as plot devices in Japanese cyberpunk. In American cyberpunk, there are themes.
Yeah.
Because corporations are much more respected there. The other thing is, it is very much just like Godzilla, influenced on the nuclear bomb. And that is going to be, and the danger of technology and the mistrust of governments leading us to a war that destroys the city is going to be a theme in Japanese cyberpunk, where America, it's much more the worker versus capitalism.
Oh yeah, no. This, I very much agree with everything that you just said, Dave. That's, a really good way to sum up a lot of my rambling.
Well, I would say I may, much like what it would be like to kiss Debbie Harry, I probably spent much too much time on this. No offense, Debbie.
So, encore thoughts, feelings.
So, let's see. There's a couple things. The body horror in this is so good. It's just so graphic, and I love it and hate it.
And if it had been done in America at this time, that would have been toned down. Maybe not now, but back then for sure. There was another fact that I thought was really interesting. They used 327 different colors, which is like record breaking, and then like 50 of the colors were exclusively created for the film to get that like dark, gritty, like at night kind of look.
That's cool. No, it's one of these films that, I mean, I keep saying this, is like influenced so much stuff, and kind of like if it didn't directly influence, it was a catalyst for things that are like really awesome, kind of like push the boundaries and made people go, you know what, I gotta try harder. I have to try harder. I can't just turn in the assignment now that Akira's like totally ruined the grading curve. Like a lot of animators in Japan were like, what are we gonna do? We can't put a movie out now. I mean, no one wants to see Lupin the Third if, like, you know, it's only gonna be 12 frames a second and using 28 colors.
From and I love this movie. But from a technical point of view, it absolutely beats my favorite all-time anime, which came out at the same time, Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind.
Sure.
You know, I love that story. Partially because I read it as the manga first. But even though that's my favorite anime, from a technical point of view, Akira absolutely is hands down better.
Sure. Something that I think is really kind of crazy is one of the key animators for the film, Makiko Futaki. She went on to become one of the lead animators for Studio Ghibli, making Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, and Howl's Moving Castle. And I personally feel like you can see it. You can definitely see it. But this is as I said, one of my favorite movies of all time. And anyone who's ever played an RPG, whether it be Dungeons and Dragons, Shadowrun, Cyberpunk, Call of Cthulhu, there are always going to be elements of Akira.
In fact, we're doing this before, but I'm sort of have this rather semi-famous among a small group of people of Halloween-themed cyberpunk game each year.
Sure.
Last year it was about an AI who's based on, the King in Yellow. And one of them this year will basically be an Akira homage.
Oh, cool. Very fun.
That's fun.
Nice. Well, I don't know what else we can say about Akira that isn't just going to be me talking about, isn't that one scene cool? And
well, one thing I think we should is, and now I'm going to butcher the name.
Yeah.
Is Katsuhiro Otomo.
Uh-huh.
He was the writer of the manga, as well as did the script, and that's why I think.
Oh yeah.
So much is close, but at the same part, I mean, if you've ever seen all the hardbound copies of Akira, it just, it comes up to way up past my kneecap.
Yeah.
And so a lot of characters who get just an appearance here have deep, long arcs.
Yeah.
In the manga, and I have to admit, I've only read the first volume.
Sure.
But even from that, I can tell that there are a lot of things, which makes sense. I mean, it would be 12 times as long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I've seen it in comic book stores, like the whole collection and stuff, and it's like, that's going to take a while to get through.
Yeah. And we will have native Japanese speakers and later Japanese speakers write in.
Yeah.
But my understanding, Akira, which is a common Japanese male name, but it means intelligence. It translates, David means, beloved. But my understanding is, Akira is intelligence, and that sort of gives you an idea that this is a mental entity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So a collection of all of the Akira omnibuses, the 35th anniversary box set, which I'm just looking at, and it's huge, is only $145. It's on Amazon. They've dropped the price.
But that's 9 books. That's you break it down.
No, that's like cheap considering.
Yeah.
How much we get.
It's like generally the list price is $220, but it's like 19 books, and I'm like, oh geez, that's the print length is 2,532 manga pages, and just like, man, as much as I want to read all of Akira, it's like at the same time I'm like, I don't know, that's a lot, but yeah,
that's a time commit.
definitely.
Yeah. So one other thing, just real quickly.
Yeah.
And I realize too that we kind of get it, I think, backwards in America.
Mm-hmm.
But Kaneda, that's his last name.
Yeah.
Even though I think in Japanese it should be flipped, but in America they do it as first name, last name.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the manga parts where he's called Mr. Kaneda, he was robbed of his childhood.
Yeah.
He had to be an adult ever from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also understood, from what I remember reading, he was more of a jerk in the manga.
Yeah.
They were more. There weren't really any heroes. There were only survivors, and that was sort of a commentary on the world.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. No. It's like I remember as a kid, teen, not being like, oh, this character's my favorite because they're a good guy. It's like everyone in this sucks. It's like, if anything, I felt sympathy towards a lot of them, realizing that they were all kind of like, as you get towards the end of the story, and it's like, Kaneda and Tetsuo kind of had to be best friends because they were both the kids that no one liked, and why they got into gangs.
They were family.
And I mean, I've always, like, Tetsuo has been my favorite character in this because he's probably in the beginning the most sympathetic. He's kind of the runty kid that no one takes seriously, who has the crappy bike, and everyone's like, you're not cool enough, get away from here, get out of here, I want to be a cool guy like you guys, you're just a shrimp, kind of, and then it's like, oh, what happens when the kid that you pick on all of a sudden has psychic powers? He's not going to be nice to you.
Be careful who you pick on.
Yeah. So I don't know what else we can say about Akira.
and again, well, I'm just going to do a shout out. This is by far, and I'm watching the name, I guess, Otomo's best known work. Mm-hmm. Afterwards, when he finished this, he went on to sort of a darker kind of cyberpunk story that you can get from Dark Horse. Mm-hmm. In English, The Tales of Mother Sarah, or The Legends of Mother Sarah, which is another dystopian dark story that was published in English by Dark Horse.
Okay, cool.
Just throw that out for.
Very fun, very fun. Yeah, I mean, not that that's fun, but
yeah,
it's neat that he did other things that he's known for. But yeah, no.
But no way as well known.
Yeah.
In fact, he even did some manga Batman.
Yeah. Yep. I'm familiar with that. Yeah. No, I'm familiar with that, and also Robot Carnival, which I don't know, deserves its own episode. But yeah. All right. Well, everyone. That's it for this week's episode of People's Guide to the Cyberpunk Mythos.
Until next week.
Yeah, next week we will be talking about the shadow over time. No. We will be talking about cyberpunk. And I switched it out because we were going to be talking about the shadow out of time later this season. I think. And we will be talking about cyberpunk, and then we will be talking about a movie that isn't cyberpunk but could be cyberpunk. Maybe it is cyberpunk, and that film is 1988's Robert Zemeckis's what do you think I'm going to say? No, it's not Back to the Future. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
And for clarification, when we say cyberpunk, we're talking about the Bruce Becky short story.
Yes. Yeah. We're not going to sit down and read the source book for the RPG.
Or the video game.
Yeah. No. We're talking.
Or the writing group.
Yeah. No. we're talking about where it gets its name from. But yeah. What was cyberpunk called before cyberpunk? I mean, dark future.
The Texas Mafia. And if that intrigued you, listen next week when we explain that.
Ooh, all right. I'm intrigued. So yeah, thank you all for listening. Man, this is going to be a hard one to edit. Not really. It's just, I mean, yeah, kind of. But anyway, thank you so much. Check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. PGTTCM.com has all the links to all the places. And yeah, thank you again for listening, and goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
That was a good episode.
Yeah,
all right. Yay.
Welcome to Innsmouth, stranger.
Hi, I'm Rob Whiten from the Innsmouth Book Club. Join me and my fellow guide John Chadwick as we take you on a fortnightly tour of Innsmouth. We visit places such as the Picture House, the Library and Innsmouth Museum to discuss all aspects of weird fiction, whether it be book, film, music, TV or art. As well as that, we stop over at the Gilman House to have a chat with a resident guest. That includes authors, artists, musicians, in fact Lovecraftian creatives of all types. You can find our free shows on Patreon, and there you can also sign up as a patron, which brings you bonus content, plus a monthly PDF copy of Innsmouth News, which features articles, author spotlights, all the latest news and reviews, and more. You can find us at patreon.com/InnsmouthBC. We hope to see you soon, because remember, Innsmouth isn't just a place, it's a state of mind.
Check out the show notes or go to pgttcm.com for more information. And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all the other places where podcast stuff exists. All right, back to the show.
In Legacy Door, a lurker from space casts a shadow over time.
We opened our eyes upon the human world. We found ourselves lying on an especially yielding bed in a room displaying scattered relics of their shallow past, tied together by more recently produced items meant to blend with the relics. Typical.
A sensitive journalist dreams of unknown lives.
It seems like every time I close my eyes, they get stronger. I can't even say the last time I had a normal sleep, let alone a dreamless one.
An outspoken lawyer defends the suspect in an unspeakable crime.
And that client was Jonathan Strauss, held for the murder of his daughter Abigail and her companion Harrison Reese.
And a stalwart investigator tries to drag it all into the light.
Some of the Reeses and the Strausses have been involved with something that seems to include an obsession with bloodlines and longevity for at least decades.
Legacy Door is a weekly cosmic horror mystery podcast. An ensemble of actors tell a story, also available in paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. Available now.